6:15 weather forecast.
Widespread temperatures in the 80s today combined with dew points in the 60s. Boy, it feels very much like summer outside, and something we haven't really had to deal with a whole lot so far this warm season is the higher humidity. Today has been an exception, and it looks like over the next couple of days that is forecast to drop a bit again. So I think today is going to feel more sticky than, say, tomorrow and Wednesday as it looks now. Temperatures again in the 80s, coming up a little bit short of what we were thinking for highs, and part of that is because of the higher levels of moisture. When the air is very humid, it is harder to warm it up compared to when it is dry. Now, if you have plans for this evening, most places are going to stay dry, but there are a few, and I mean a few, isolated showers that have been flaring up this afternoon. Satellite imagery, the visible imagery across the state. Interesting to note, the northwestern corner of Wisconsin has this cumulus cloud buildup, and this is where we have actually the higher dew points. The air is much drier to the east and south. That's what I expect for us tomorrow. But with the higher dew points, well, that's moisture that this lifting air can condense and form clouds, and where, well, some of those are strong enough, they're firing up some tiny showers. You see a couple here in the southern part of Clark County, another one there in central and eastern parts of Chippewa County. Very slow moving. We have really a lack of wind in the atmosphere to keep these going, so that's why they kind of flare up a little bit and then collapse. Rainfall this morning, well, some places actually ended up getting a little bit more than they got yesterday. So we actually had some decent rain. Granton, 0.6 of an inch there. Hatfield, 0.5 inch. Chetek, just under 0.4. Here at the station, we added another 0.2 of an inch, and to add to that 0.4 yesterday, we're talking over 0.5 inch. So that's good news. Nelson, not nearly as much, less than 0.05 of an inch. 83 degrees right now in Chippewa Falls. Our Nicolay Bank Skycam view up at the fairgrounds, showing a few puffy cumulus clouds, otherwise blue skies. Southeast wind at 6. Boy, it is sticky though. 68 degrees. You stand out in the sun and you start to sweat very quickly. Statewide, mostly in the 80s. Again, very summer-like. A little bit of natural cooling there along the western shore of Lake Michigan. And looking westbound, it is warm as well. This is the dew point map, though, and this is what I was talking about, how eastern and southern Wisconsin have lower dew points. It feels more comfortable. Our dew points are in the 60s. They are expected to drop into tomorrow as easterly flow will help to push some of that drier air our way. We do have a high up to the north there behind my head, and a little bit of a front coming through the plains, but this pattern is really not going to allow any systems to come our way for a while. In the upper levels, we have a ridge that is going to prevent that from happening. So any isolated showers quickly dissipate this evening as we lose daytime heating. Tonight will be mainly clear. Tomorrow, lots of sun, not expecting the cumulus clouds like we've seen for today. And then going into tomorrow night and Wednesday, kind of a repeat story. It's going to be hot as we welcome the official start of summer. The summer solstice is on Wednesday, and hanging right around that 90-degree mark for the next several days. Could be a couple of degrees higher, could be a couple of degrees cooler. I don't have high humidity in the mix, so that is a positive, but I also don't have any rain in the forecast. So as much as we benefited from the rain the last day or so, a lot of that is going to dry out again very quickly with the hot weather and the sunshine.
Yeah, Mother Nature must not want us to keep that moisture.
Yeah, it's, well, hopefully we can get some of that as we head into the later part of the weekend.
For sure. Thanks so much, Darren.
You got it.